Okay, this video is going to be in the Canvas LMS and going to show you how to submit student work. So student work is obviously twofold. One, we have to create the assignment or quiz or test as a teacher. And secondly, the student needs to turn that assignment in. So I'm logged in as a teacher into Canvas. The course name is called Welcome to Canvas. And on the left-hand side, we have a long menu. Again, remember that the students can only see the menu items that are visible. These are not visible, so the student will not see this. So as a teacher, I'm going to click in my course on the Assignments tab. And you can see I have several assignments in here. I'm going to just simply use this sample writing assignment as our example. So I will click on sample writing. And then I want to choose the edit button. So let me back up. To create an assignment, obviously you hit the big, large plus add assignment button. And you can add all sorts of different types of assignments. So that's not what this video is about, however. So we're just going to use one that is created. Sample writing, I'll click on it. I'll choose edit. A couple things as a teacher you want to be sure and check. The body of the assignment, it goes in this box. Simply add videos, add URLs, add links, add pre-made quizzes that you made in Canvas. You can add Google surveys, Microsoft Forms, anything you want can go into the body. Below that body box, though, is the details of the course, starting with points assigned, who this is assigned to, and what type of submission the student can give you. So all of these are online. We are allowing them to turn in a whole bunch of different ways. As we scroll down, you can see that this assignment is assigned to everyone in the course and does have a due date that is set, so it can and will be a late assignment after November 12th. Simply hit save, and your changes will be saved, and it is now live in the student's view. So let's jump over to the student side and view this assignment. I'm going to choose home, and what that gives me on the right-hand side is the student view. So when I click student view, my browser flips over. Big bar across the bottom lets me know I'm in the student view. And now you can see that the menu is a little bit different. So if I am a student and I choose assignments, you can see on the screen that my upcoming assignment due on November 12th, as well as some other assignments that are in this class that have no due dates. So for a student, I will simply click on the assignment and read the details. So in my box was really just a graphic, some instructions on write an essay. I know this is oversimplified, and I put in a YouTube video on how to write a video, or how to write a essay. This assignment, like I said, can be a whole bunch of different types. It could be a quiz. You could upload documents that you want them to read and edit, so maybe a Google Doc that is shared with them. But simply, a student will click the blue Submit Assignment button. So there are not a lot of options on this screen, but when the student does click Submit Assignment, they will still see the body of the assignment, but at the bottom, all the options that we allowed and set up within the settings on the teacher view are here. So the student can put their assignment in a lot of different mediums, however you have set up the course for them. So we're just going to pretend we have a document that we want to upload. So we click choose a file, browse to the file that we want to upload, and submit the assignment. So a couple things happen. We're going to jump over to the teacher side so that we can see what that looks like. Before we do that, I want to point out a couple things. Once a student submits their assignment, a few things change. In the top right corner, they get some immediate feedback. And because the assignment is not due, the student can resubmit the assignment. When a student hits resubmit, it brings them back down to the place where they can, at the bottom of the assignment, where they can upload or turn in the work. And again, they can choose a file, just type a text entry or any of these other things, but you'll notice it says click here to find the file you've already uploaded. So the system will help them see that they have turned it in and that they are resubmitting a second time. So now let's jump to the teacher view. Leave the student view, back to the teacher view, and the teacher has several ways that they can see the student's work. If you click in the assignments tab, you can open up the assignment. So let's say the due date has passed, the teacher knows this should be done, and they want to check to see where it's at and maybe start the grading. Maybe they want to just check in before the due date to see who has done the work. Either way, they click on the assignment and you can see that one has been submitted for grades. And also you have the ability to download submissions. And then here's where the grading takes place with the speed grader. Another option for the teacher is to go straight to the grades menu on the left. And in a normal classroom, this would have a list of 20 or 30 students. And I can see my assignments across the top for this one single student. And I can see that work has been turned in. And I can click on the student to be able to access that work. And then again, get to the speed grader to be able to grade that work.